All right, good morning. So it is Monday, May 8th. It's probably about 11:15, and I am doing my reading. We're still kind of in this eclipse energy. I think this is the third day after. I'm just getting home. I had a wonderful weekend. It was really just about the vibes. When I tell you that the vibes, the energy, the love, like the nostalgia, it was absolutely amazing. And what's so interesting about it is that I went back home, and normally I have such a love-hate relationship for that place, but this weekend was cool. The kids were cool. Like, it could not have been a more perfect weekend, and I'm just so grateful. And it was just really the simplest thing, and it was around the people that I needed to be around, and I think that was amazing. So I'm so happy about this weekend. The moon was beautiful. The weather was beautiful. Like, it was one of the best weekends I had in a long time. And I was looking at my calendar and I'm like, oh my gosh, Key, it's like, it's go time. You have a busy month already. Like, every weekend of this month it is already booked. Like, we're already doing stuff. So really coming out of hermit mode. Really coming out of hermit mode. So this first deck that I'm using is my Beyond Lemuria deck, which I am just loving. And my overall energy, I got two cards. I got the Violet Flame and Communication Co-Creation. And again, when we look at the Violet Flame, it's literally about your psychic tools. It's about your practices, awareness, your healthy boundaries, your protection. It's about maintaining a high vibration. It's all about raising your frequency. It's basically like everything that you've used or everything that you've learned. Like, it's time to use it, right? And we're using it to co-create, right? Like, we're using it to create something. Create something beautiful and harmonious. And it's like, you don't even have to use your words because it's the energy, it's the frequency, it's the love language, right? We're doing things just energetically, right? So this is about relationships. This is about meeting our higher selves and working with our higher selves. This is about getting information, right? And along with this communication with co-creating, it's also fueling your or building your psychic toolkit, right? So they're like working together. Like, you're getting information, you're giving information. It's like an endless cycle, an infinite cycle of exchange of abundance and love energy, like, right? So the frequency is always at its highest. So let's actually dig into the reading and let's see what we so yeah, the heart of the reading is the infinite, right? There are no limitations. um you have to understand that there are no limitations to anything except for the limitations that you put on it, right? And so, like, there is infinite possibility for growth. There's so much more to life than what we understand. And when I pull up the infinite, the first thing that I look at is many deaths and births within one's life, right? You are so much more than your physical body. So it's like there's infinite possibilities to how much we grow. How much energy we can transmute, how many lessons we learn. It's like how many blessings that we receive. There's no limit. There's no limit to what can happen in the world. And I think that is cool because it's also connected to endless possibilities, right? There's no limit, right? I'm also looking at fire, right? Your passion, what you want. Like there's nothing. And then Mount Shasta is like information. Um, where you come from, unexplained mystical phenomena, right? Intuitive messages, dreams, visions. There are no limits to what you can receive, what you can create, what you produce, right? Like just open your mind. And as I say that, I look at surrender. It's like surrender to endless possibilities, surrender to the infinite, surrender to the communication, right? Understand that trying to control everything is putting limits on everything, right? So go with the flow. There's so much out here that we don't know, right? So it's like just go with the flow. Just continue to embrace life and literally live in the moment. And I think that's what we are learning here. It's like stop trying to control everything because you're limiting what can happen. When you surrender and go with the flow and live in the moment, there are so many things that can happen to you, right? And then I get Starseed Elemental. I don't know if I've ever had that card before, but children as teachers, fun, lighthearted, joy, laughter. And that's what this weekend was about, right? I had a great time. It went from a kid's birthday party to like a spiritual session to just like vibing out. Like it was so many different vibes, but it was beautiful. It was a lot of laughter. I mean, a lot of laughter, a lot of tears of joy, right? And I think the child within was so excited. It was like, oh my gosh, I haven't had this much fun in so long, right? And guess what? I didn't spend $1. Like it was truly, truly an exceptional weekend. And I absolutely loved it. So now we're going through stepping through. So I'm looking at stepping through, and it's literally like follow your heart, dream big. And when I'm looking at this card, I'm thinking about the energy, and it was like you're good enough, right? You're good enough for whatever you want. Step through, follow your heart, dream big. There's no dream too big because there are no limits. There are endless possibilities, right? You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that it is all possible. Trust that it is all possible, right? So step through, follow your heart, go with whatever your heart desires. And I am a witness to this weekend. It is going to be amazing. If every day of my life I could have the vibes, the energy of what I had this weekend, like that's what I want. That is what I want. A feeling of just love, laughter, excitement. Of course there is the serious moments there. There are, you encounter different people, but it's still the energy was great. I had like no worries. Even things that I wanted to do, like, oh, when I get there, I'm going to do that. I didn't do any of it, but it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And then, like, when I go into fire, it's like the duality, Solaris Sublime, creation, Kundalini awakening, the rising phoenix, right? Bringing conflict into harmony, intensity, transformation, the incredibleness of being alive, right? Infinite energy. Infinite energy. There are no limits. Trust and believe that. Stop trying to control everything and allow life to happen, right? Learn, still pay attention. But just surrender. Oh, this is beautiful. And it brings you into alignment, right? Literally in alignment. Inner integrity, being vibrational match for what you want to bring into your life. Manifesting from a place of love over fear. Energy flows. What did I say? Like, it's been the vibes. It's the energy, right? Seamlessly actualizing our dreams. You're worthy of it. You could do whatever it is that you want. And then I get she of the lotus, right? She's rising out of the murky waters. Right? It's time to ascend. Right? We're stepping through it. Like, we've come through the shadow work. We've done that. We're loving ourselves back to wholeness, right? The beautiful lotus that grows from the murky waters, bringing light into your dark corners. Just because there's an infinite amount of darkness and there's an infinite amount of light. You have to know that. You have to know that the dark is needed for the light to shine. Right? Stepping through, we are coming up out of these murky waters. We have been in the lower vibrational murky waters for a long time, and we are moving out of that energy. And now we are moving into the light, but still knowing that the dark waters are there, right? Still understanding it, but just in a different perspective, just different, right? Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is amazing. Oh, part 2 is coming.